Hello YouTube fans, this is the startup for the IL-18 aircraft, a Russian aircraft. But before we go into the cockpit, we need to edit the panel Cfg where the gauges are at and delete these forward slashes so we can activate switches so they can be available in the virtual cockpit. As soon as you delete them and save the panel Cfg, just file save, you'll be able to use these switches in the virtual cockpit to start up the aircraft. So that's one of the steps you have to do. So you just gotta go down here and keep looking for others and just keep deleting all the forward slashes. Be careful not to delete anything else, okay, because then it won't work either if something's missing. So I'm back. So this is the virtual cockpit. Part of the instruments will be turned on here, but most of them will be in the virtual cockpit. So let me switch over to the virtual. First switches that we need are in the back, and some other switches will be turned on in a minute. So I go to the back. Alright, so you got these red ones right here that we need to turn on. And just right click and they all turn on, so you have to click each one of them, which is a good thing. And then this one is the main one. It gives some power. Alright, so now go back to the front panel, open this up and open this up right there. Okay, so I hit this switch here and this switch here. So now I go over here and switch this one on. The light is on, so you gotta turn this one on here. So I just hit this and wait. Switches over. Then I hit the button to start. The manual is in Russian, so it took me a while to find out where things were and how they worked. I just decided to look at the pictures and say, okay, let me try it. Just looking at the pictures. Alright, so that's all the way up. Now we can set up the engines for startup. So I gotta go over there to the middle. So let me slide over and a little bit to the front. Okay, so I hit these little switches right here. That's 4, 3, 2, 1. Those are the engines. Then up here is the same thing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right click, then left click, turn on. And then this is the main one. It turns on the light, and that will turn on for the fuel. This will connect the fuels to the engines. That's what I'm guessing. Alright. I'll go back to the pilot's seat. And then over here you can choose the engine you want to start up with. I usually start with number 3. That's how I learned. And this is the start button right there. And the engine is starting. Now in the real life you have to check each engine and make sure the pressure is correct and so on. But since I'm just doing this video, I'll just do it as quick as possible. Go to number 1. Just start that one up. Go to number 2. Start that one up. And then number 4. Now you can start the engines in any order you want, but if you want a realistic startup, you can do that. Alright, and you can see the engines here, and also over here it tells you they're all on and working. And this will be revolutions, just waiting for it to get stable. So now I have to go back to the back panel for some other switches I have to turn on. Okay, before I continue, just to let you know, this is the APU. So So that's why you gotta turn this first, so you have some power. And I forgot, over here you can turn these on also. That's it. Okay, so now I'll have to go to the back panel. So okay, this is the back panel. So here you have to turn all these switches on. These are the electrical system, I'm assuming. The engines and the systems, all the rest. And then you have these switches over here. Turn that one on, then this one, and then this one all the way to the right, and all these down here. So this is the electrical panel, and most of the switches are here. You just turn all those switches on. Okay, everything is set for that part. Then over here you have two switches. Turn those on, and you have these right here. You almost can't see them. And there you go. The manual tells you, well, it doesn't tell you because you can't read Russian, but you can see in the picture what the things need to be turned on. So this here, the switches are in the 2D panel. So I'm gonna go there now. Okay, so this is the 2D panel. Over here, as you can see, there's some switches. Some of them are off, so these need to be turned on. Okay, all of those, and to make sure. All right. And over here you have the light switches. You can turn those on. And this one right here, that's for the lights, right here in this corner. So these right here, and the lights are here. Okay, now I gotta go to this right here for your direction, your gyro and all that. So I turn this on up here. This is for the GPS. If you're doing a route by GPS, just put it down and it's set up for GPS. This is supposedly an autopilot on this aircraft, but it's not showing up. I looked for it and it's missing that. This here, you can follow the manual and just put it where the manual tells you to put it. With the pictures, you can't read it. So you just follow the pictures. Alright, so the aircraft is ready for takeoff. Let me just take that out, that one out. Okay, so now I just have to bring this up, and the red lights should disappear. I just hold it down, just hold the button down and wait till it goes all the virtual horizon straightens out. Alright, and that does it. One more thing, you have to press this button here for the avionics master switch, and that's it. You're ready for takeoff. Let's see the outside. Have a great flight.